While grocery prices skyrocket and supply chains crumble, smart preppers are quietly stocking up on 8 specific canned foods that could mean the difference between thriving and barely surviving during the next crisis. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal exactly which 8 canned foods you need to prioritize, why food experts are calling them crisis-proof essentials, and how to build a strategic stockpile that will keep you nourished when fresh food becomes scarce or unaffordable. Stay until the end, because I'll share the one canned item that most people overlook but could become your most valuable survival asset. Welcome to Financial Area, where we help you prepare for economic uncertainty and build financial resilience. If this information helps you feel more prepared, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical survival strategies. Let's start with the foundation of any survival food plan: protein. During the 2008 financial crisis, food banks reported that canned beans were the first items to disappear from their shelves. Today, with inflation hitting food prices harder than ever, beans have become even more crucial. A single can of black beans provides about 15 grams of protein and 15 grams of fiber for less than $2 in most areas. That's more protein than many people get in an entire meal, and the fiber keeps you feeling full longer, stretching your food budget further. But here's what most people don't realize. The demand for canned beans isn't just driven by smart consumers. Tariffs on imported steel have increased the cost of producing cans, while supply chain disruptions have made consistent availability a real concern. Food industry analysts are seeing unprecedented demand from both individual households and institutional buyers. The key is variety. Don't just stock up on one type of bean. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, and navy beans each offer different nutritional profiles and cooking versatility. A strategic prepper stocks at least 4 different varieties, with enough cans to provide protein for several months. Now, while beans give you plant-based protein, canned fish delivers complete proteins with essential omega-3 fatty acids that your body can't produce on its own. Canned fish has undergone a remarkable transformation from a niche product to a vital food staple. The shift started when fresh fish prices began climbing due to overfishing and climate-related disruptions to fish populations. Suddenly, that can of salmon or sardines wasn't just convenient, it became economically necessary. Industry reports show that canned fish sales have increased by over 20% in low-income households over the past 2 years. This isn't just about preference, it's about survival economics. A can of salmon provides the same high-quality protein as a fresh fillet at a fraction of the cost, and it can sit in your pantry for years without spoiling. Food security experts now recommend including canned fish in long-term emergency food plans, not just for the protein, but for the healthy fats that become critical when fresh food access is limited. Moving beyond protein, let's talk about the building blocks of actual meals. Canned tomatoes have become the unsung heroes of crisis cooking. While fresh tomato prices have surged due to water shortages and reduced agricultural land, canned tomatoes provide the same nutritional benefits at a stable price point. But here's the critical detail. Not all canned tomatoes are created equal. Whole peeled tomatoes consistently offer better quality and flavor than diced or crushed varieties. They're picked at peak ripeness and processed immediately, locking in nutrients that are often superior to fresh tomatoes that have traveled hundreds of miles. During uncertain times, these cans become the foundation for countless meals: pasta sauces, stews, soups, and even pizza bases. A strategic stockpile of canned tomatoes gives you the ability to transform basic ingredients into satisfying, nutritious meals. Equally important are canned fruits and vegetables, which have shifted from convenience items to essential nutritional insurance. Climate issues are wreaking havoc on fresh produce availability and pricing. Extreme weather events, droughts, and supply chain disruptions mean that fresh fruits and vegetables are becoming luxury items. For many families, canned alternatives provide consistent nutrition at predictable prices. The nutritional content of many canned fruits and vegetables rivals their fresh counterparts, especially when you consider that fresh produce often loses nutrients during transport and storage. Canned spinach, for example, retains most of its iron and vitamin content, while canned peaches provide vitamin C and fiber year-round regardless of seasonal availability. Smart preppers focus on varieties packed in water or their own juices, avoiding added sugars and excess sodium that can become problematic during extended consumption periods. Now let's address the reality of meal fatigue during tough times. This is where ready-to-eat options become psychological as well as nutritional lifesavers. Canned pasta has emerged as a steady meal solution as rising raw material costs impact fresh pasta availability and affordability. While it might not win any culinary awards, canned pasta provides carbohydrates, some protein, and calories in a form that requires minimal preparation and no additional ingredients. During the early days of the pandemic, many families discovered that canned pasta became a reliable fallback when fresh ingredients were scarce or when energy for cooking was limited. It's shelf-stable, requires only heating, and provides the kind of familiar comfort that becomes crucial during stressful times. Similarly, canned soups and stews offer something that individual ingredients cannot: complete balanced meals in a single container. Sales data shows these items are surging not just because of convenience, but because they provide comfort, hydration, and calories in one package. During cold months or when heating costs are a concern, a hot bowl of canned soup can provide both nutrition and warmth efficiently. The psychological component of familiar, comforting food during crisis situations cannot be overstated. Tariff-induced inflation has pushed many households to rely on canned soups and stews as primary meal sources rather than occasional conveniences. The key is selecting varieties with reasonable sodium levels and substantial protein content to maximize nutritional value. But here's the item that most people completely overlook, and it could become your most valuable survival asset: canned coconut milk. Global supply shortages have caused coconut milk prices to surge dramatically, but its versatility makes it irreplaceable in a survival pantry. Unlike dairy milk, coconut milk is naturally shelf-stable and provides essential calories from healthy fats that become crucial when overall food intake is reduced. Coconut milk transforms basic rice into a satisfying, calorie-dense meal. It can be used in both sweet and savory applications, extending the versatility of your other canned goods exponentially. A can of coconut milk can turn canned vegetables into a curry, canned fish into a rich stew, or canned fruits into a dessert. During extended periods of limited food variety, this kind of culinary flexibility becomes essential for both nutrition and morale. However, the supply chain for coconut milk is particularly vulnerable to disruptions. Most coconut milk comes from Southeast Asia, where climate issues and political instability can interrupt production. Smart preppers are stocking up cautiously but consistently, recognizing that this item might become much harder to find or afford in the coming months. Here's your action plan. Start with protein. Secure a variety of canned beans and fish to form your foundation. Build your meal-making capability with quality canned tomatoes and a selection of fruits and vegetables. Add ready-to-eat options like pasta and soups for convenience and comfort. Finally, don't overlook that coconut milk. It might be the difference between surviving and actually enjoying your meals during tough times. The families who weather the next crisis successfully won't be the ones who panic-bought randomly. They'll be the ones who understood which foods provide the best combination of nutrition, versatility, and shelf life. These 8 canned foods give you that combination. If this strategic approach to food security makes sense to you, hit that like button and subscribe to Financial Area for more practical preparation strategies. Your future self will thank you for the planning you do today.